VLOOKUP function. The VLOOKUP function stands for vertical lookup. It is a function that makes Excel search for a certain value in a column in order to return a value from a different column in the same row. Here, as an example, we have this table which contains the employee name, last name, first name, department, email, phone, extension, location, hire date, and pay rate. All right. And here we want to look up for the last name, first name, department, and pay rate based on the employee ID that is being provided for us here. All right. So in this section, we'll get to understand how we can actually use the VLOOKUP function. So the VLOOKUP function saves us the stress for looking up for a value, especially when we are looking at a data that is so numerous. All right. There has numerous rows. So first of all, we need to follow some rules. And once we understand all these rules, we'll be able to know how to use the VLOOKUP functions. So the first rule you need to know about is the lookup value. So the lookup value must be the leftmost column, not the right, the leftmost column. So it must be at the left side, not at the right side. So it doesn't work. So VLOOKUP only uh, pick out value that's at the leftmost column. Understand? Then the second rule is the table array. So it can be two or more columns of data. All right. In the table array, what's position is the column in the table array. Then we have the range lookup. And in the range lookup, we have true, which is either written as one or true, which stands for approximate. While we have false, which can also be written as zero, which is the exact match. All right, so you can either put in true or false or one or zero. So you just need to know that one is for true and is the approximate match. Y false, which can also be written as zero, is the exact match. So let's dive into this and see how we can use the VLOOKUP function to find the last name, first name, department, and pay rate. All right. So for us to do that, first of all, we need to put in our function VLOOKUP, and our lookup value. All right, so this has actually covered this. So what you just need to do, so I know is being placed in column A, row 4. All right, so I'm going to just put A4. All right, so comma. Then I have my table array. So my table array is going to be from where my lookup value is. So my lookup value starts from is the first column in the table. So I'm going to start from there. So employee ID, and I'm going to align down to pay rate. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I want to look up for the last name, first name, department, and pay rate. And pay rate is the last column here. So that's why I'm going this far. So I'm going to use the shortcut, which is Control Shift and the down key. And here we have it. So it has highlighted everything to the last. Then table area has been provided, then comma. Then we have the column index number. So the column index number is going to be um where's the last name located? Sorry about that. So it's the column index number, as I explained before, is the placement of the column in the table array. Understand? So I'm going to first start the counting because I want to put in the last name, and this is where the last name is. So I'm going to start from the first table in the table array, which is 1, and last name is taking the second place. So my column index number is going to be number 2, which is the second column in the table array. So I'm just going to put into, then comma. And here we have the true, which is approximate match, and false, which is exact match. So I'm working with exact match, so I'm just going to click in here, and it's going to be false. Then I'm going to close the bracket, then enter. And here we have it, Miller 1509. So last name for this person is Miller. So I'm going to slide down to look for that. Okay, yeah, it is 1509 Miller. Exactly the result that was given to us. All right, so that's for the last name. I'm gonna try this for first name. Then our lookup value is going to be this 1509. Understand? So I'm looking up for the first name of this person that has this employee ID, comma, and my table array is going to be is that how we did it in the first example. Let's go down. So for us to do that, remember your control shift and down button, your down arrow key button, then command next. Then we have the column index number. So my column index number is going to be 3, which is employee ID number 1, last name number 2, and first name number 3. So I'm just going to put in 3, comma, then exact match. All right. So close the parenthesis, and here we have it. Okay. So I want this video to be short, so I'm just going to do this myself, and you wait for the result. So we are back. So yeah, I've provided the employee ID, the last name, first name, and the 80 and 13.25. All right. So if you're in need of this material, you can go over to the um yeah to the caption below, description below, and there you find the link to this material. So all the videos we've been doing so far, all the materials are all in that link. So it's going to take you to my GitHub page, and you find all the materials in there, so you can actually download them and practice with it. All right. So that is that. Okay. So lastly, before I end it for the class, so I want to introduce you to the what they call drop down. So this is going to make it very, very interesting, very interesting. So I'm going to introduce the drop down. So the drop down um, creates a kind of a list of all our employee IDs, so we can just manually pick any one of them, and all this will be filtered based on any one we click on. So how can we use the drop down? Okay, so I'm going to click on this employee ID here. Okay, so not the heading but the number itself. Then we go over to data. So if you go to your data, you come down here to your data validation. So sometimes it's going to be written for you. If not, identify this icon, data validation. Then click on the drop down. Then click on data validation again. And here we have it. We have this drop down dialog box, I mean to say. So I'm going to click on this allow any value, click on it and select list. Then in your source, click here. So my source is just going to be every of the employee ID in this table. So I'm highlighting every one of them. Then I'm just gonna click on OK, and that is all. And here you'll find this icon showing for you. So once click on this icon, so you can see the list of all employee ID. So I'm just going to click on there. You can see everything changes for us. So you can try that on your own. So it just makes the whole VLOOKUP look kind of cool. Yeah. All right. So that's that for the VLOOKUP function. And I hope you're able to understand how the VLOOKUP function works. All right. So thanks for watching. Bye for now.